did help.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that really matters as far as having those people around you, even if we don't talk every day, you know
Hmm.
who you can pull on to say, hey, can you send one up for me? And
Yes.
it's great to have your friends that you laugh and talk with. But when you're going through it, I need somebody with a prayer life. I
Oh
need
yeah, for
somebody that can
sure.
tap in. I need someone that if I'm going to do something, or I'm on the verge of doing something that's putting my future, my purpose at stake, or that could risk, put things on the line. Hey, don't do that.
For
I
sure.
know you're
For
you're
sure.
you're emotional right now, but what you're about to do can ripple into your future. I need you to, hey,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
so what has that been for you when you feel like you were on the verge of in that emotional reactive state and just be like, I'm gonna burn it down. Like Angela on Waiting to Exhale. Like what is what really just like that tap on the shoulder had, hey, look at me, stop. What was that like
Um,
for you?
I had to get back centered with God because sometimes when life be life in, you can either go towards God or you can pull away. And I found myself pulling away. And then for this is for believers only, our answers are in the word of God. I wasn't trying to open up my Bible. I wasn't trying to hear from God. I wasn't trying to pray. I was really trying to figure out things on my own. And
Mm,
as I was trying to do that, I was, digging myself deeper and deeper in a hole, mentally. And then, of course, community, the prayer, and then you know what, Lord, I don't like why I'm trying to do this. You know, uh, why am I trying to fight this battle? These are not my battles to fight. Let me just go ahead and let me just go ahead and pass this on to you. I posted on Threads a few days ago. I was like, I remember I went from wanting to nook if you book to like, God, you know what? This all you.
like knucking your book to praise is what I do.
That exactly for real
Yeah,
though.
I think we've all been there, and I think for me, sis, it was I went through a phase where I was angry because I felt like nobody advocated for me.
Mm.
And that I'm like, God, don't you see me going through all this? And I didn't
Oh
feel
my gosh.
vindicated. I didn't feel vindicated, right? And I didn't feel advocated for. And so I felt like, well, since, God didn't say anything and no one stood up for me, I got me, you know. But that's also that was the pitfall as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because just
Mm-hmm.
because you don't see God moving doesn't mean he's not moving.
That is so true. That is so true. But you have to be grounded to know that, because sometimes we get so caught in our mess, we're not even, focusing on what God is doing in that moment. Trust me, I know. I know.
Yeah. But like you said, once he kind of let me go through that, and then I came around, was like, okay, I'm gassed out. Okay, God, you take it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, finally, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like that little kid sometimes that's running around and it's their nap time, but sometimes you just gotta let them gas out and they just fall out on the floor with cookie in their mouth.
Yep.
And then you come and pick them up. And so I think just seeing your journey, and we've gone through, we have done life together. And
Listen.
y'all, there's just been
Listen.
times where
Let me drink this water. Where I told God, I said, look, God, I need my tithes and my offering back.
let's talk about this. Like Whitney, I I have never asked for my tithe back.
I sure did. I
wait,
sure did.
wait a minute, friend.
I sure did.
You asked for the
And
10
this ain't
back?
have nothing to do with the church. It was God. It was. Let me drink a little bit more water.
Yeah, go on and hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
So you asked for the
It
10%.
didn't have anything. No, I didn't ask. I told God. I said, give me all my tithes and offering back that I gave to your church. I said, because I'm out here doing the best that I can, and I'm going through this. I'm like, this you know, the situation I was going through. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on? Like, I was like, God, you said no weapon formed against me shall prosper, but it looked like the weapon is prospering. So what's up? I'm like, so God, are you for me or are you not? Because the evil is evil, and the evil seem like they're rising up. And I was like, I remember I said, I want to pray to your God. I ain't paying no tithes or no offering. I don't want anything to do.
Hold on, time out.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Girl.
2019 to be exact.
I wish I had known. Keep going.
Cam.
Okay.
Cam, you know, we can't release the story yet, but you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. But just when you say it out loud, like we have had some offline conversations, but when it's magnified in this space, it's just like, she really said this.
I did. And and what's so crazy, I don't know how I was gonna get the money back. I'm just like, God, run me my tithes and offering back. And I don't know who, I don't know who said, and the person was like, the tithes and offering didn't belong to you anyway, it belonged to God. And I was like, oh, excuse me. But I didn't want to hear that at the time because I was upset, I was frustrated, I was